Hello friends, my name is Bilal Khan and today I'm going to be talking about another topic of the Rust book. So in the previous video I have shown you that how to work with functions and what are the variable bindings, but this is another chapter in which I will be specifically discussing about what is string, how you can define it, and what are the types of it. Alright, so let's get into the screen. So here is the file in which I have put some of the lessons like hello world data types and functions, but now I'm going to be creating another what you can say lesson. First of all, let's close this terminal because there are some paths problem in it. Yeah, so now the first thing that I'm going to do is to define like cargo init and then like 4 string, and after that name, that is the package name, and then string. Okay, yeah, so this is going to be the two separate things. The first one will be the folder name, the second one will be the package name, because the package name cannot be like named, that will be starting from the digit. I have told you in my previous video. So now let's create another let's get into this for string, that is the directory name. Okay, inside this directory I will create a file that is gitignore, and inside this gitignore what I will do, I will write target, because this is the there will target file that there will be a target file that will be created, and I want to ignore this file because that contains a lot of space, right? So as you can see here that this is the target file that contains a lot of space, right? So I need to like create a file here also, gitignore, to ignore this one also. Yeah. Now these will be ignored so that they won't be pushed to the what you can say GitHub, right? So yeah, now let's go to this, right? Let's clear this, and now the first thing that I'm going to do is to go open this function. Let's start from the string. The first thing that comes to your mind that what is string is basically this thing, right? So you write like two quotes, like starting quote and ending quote. Let's just zoom in like this, two starting quote or two ending quote, and inside this you write any kind of value, right? So this thing is basically known as a string in many programming languages, right? So I hope you will be aware of this, that what is string, but in the Rust language a string is not just like this. It is not that simple, right? So you need to be aware of that. Rust does not identify this as a string. Instead, there are other like values through which you can specifically define that what is string, but commonly if you write like this hello world between two what you can say between two quotes, then this will not be identified as a string. All right, then what is the way then how what it will be identified? So the question arises that what this hello world will be identified as. So this will be identified as string literal. All right, or you can also call it like fixed string. Okay, so basically this is a string literal or a fixed string that cannot be changed. So in a more like easy way, if I define this for you, basically this is not the actual string. All right, so this is not a actual string. All right, instead this is the reference of the string, reference of the actual string. So yeah, this is basically not an actual string. Instead, this is the reference of the actual string. Let's say I am function 1, you are function 2, all right, and I basically have an actual string, right? So I have an actual string, let's say by the name of Bilal Khan. My name is an actual string by the name of Bilal Khan, and I give this Bilal Khan name to you. Then what it will be called, this Bilal Khan name will be called reference to you. All right, so you can just take it, this name, but you cannot like modify it. So although you can see this name, although you can like print it, but you cannot modify it because this is my actual name and this is just given to you as a reference. So similarly, if this is the string that is written here, this will be commonly known as a reference or a fixed string. That will not be the actual string. So you need to keep this in mind, right? So there are three ways through which you can define the string. Some of them like will be the actual string and some of them will be the reference of that string. So yeah, I hope you understand that Rust does not declare it as the actual string. Instead, it is just a reference of the string, or it is just a fixed or a string literal that will not be changed further. Just like in the previous video, I have shown you that you can change the string to mutable or immutable. So in this case, if you remember this hello world is immutable by default. So now the question arises, can you mute it? Like, can you make it mutable? So the answer is not in any case. So in the previous video, I have shown you that how you can make the immutable variable a mutable variable, but in the case of Rust, in the case of like this fixed string, you cannot even make it mutable also. Means it will be fixed for all the life, right? For all the life of the program. So yeah, this is the important point. This string like will not be able to be modified in any case, right? So yeah, this is an important point that you need to keep in mind. So now let's get into the actual coding so that I can show you that what do I mean by this. So let's say if you write fn main, then this is the function. So inside this, if you write hello world, this will be not the actual string, first of all, right? Now if you want to write it under the variable, that what will be that variable? That variable will be like the first string, okay? Because there are three ways, right? So if I write it, there are three ways to define a string. All right, so I'm going to be defining a string through the first way. Okay, so let's name it like the first way, and I'm going to be defining the string through the first way. That is not the actual string. Instead, the data type of that string will be this one, right? Ampersand str. Ampersand str is the reference of the original string. Just like I have told you that Bilal Khan is my actual name, so it can only be given to you as a reference, but you cannot change it. So similarly, the hello world is just a fixed string, or it is just a reference that can be given to you, but you cannot change it. So yeah, now this is the first way, right? And now if I print it like this, it can be print like the same, right? Okay, if I write cargo run, you will see that this is printed normally, cargo run, right, by hello world. But let's say if I want to change it, now the question is how to change it. The first thing that you need to keep in mind is to write the mutable statement here, and after that let's write first way. That will be pushed, inside it the data will be pushed. That I will write like the single character, that is this one. All right, and now if I write the data here like this, you will see, what you will see here is that method not found in ampersand str. So push method is not even defined or is not even found in this fixed string. It means that it is by default immutable and you cannot change it in any way. right? So this is the important point. So now let's say if I write push string, means I want to add multiple characters into it. I will write like this, how are you? Okay, so there are multiple characters. Then even if I write cargo run, you will see that this push str method is also not defined in this string literal or fixed string. It cannot be changed in any case. So yeah, this is the first way of defining the string. I hope you understood, means it cannot be changed. Now let's remove this because I don't need it. Obviously the string is this string literal or the fixed string is not going to be changed. Now let's go to the second way of defining the string. So let's remove this mute also because there is no need for it. I'm not going to be making it mutable, nor it can be possible. So now let's take a look at the second way of defining a string. The second way of defining a string is the string. So this is the data type str, but this is the data type string. All right, so yeah, this is basically what it will do here is convert the data, convert this immutable data, the fixed data, to the actual string. All right, so basically this first way string or the string literal or the fixed string will be changed to the actual string. So basically this first way string, that is the hello world, will be changed to the string, that is the actual string, and if I print this, it will be working as the actual string, not as the fixed string or just a reference of a string, right? So second way, okay, as you can see here, hello world and hello world. I hope you understood. Now even if I write like this, hello world, so hello world, let's say by world, okay, by world, by world. So by world is by default is the fixed string. All right, so by world is by default is a fixed string, just like this one. So if you want to convert it, then you will write toString. So it means that by world will be converted to the actual string, that will be this thing. All right, so okay, so even if you write hello world or this first way through mentioning this string literal or &str, or even if you just write by world, both of them will be fixed, both of them will be the string literal, and they cannot be changed. All right, so but if you want to change it, then you will write it to string. This is the method of defining the string in another way. To string means it will be converted to the actual string. So I hope you understood. Now the third way through which you can define it, like what you can say is the let's first of all not define the third way. Instead I will first of all modify the second. All right, second way. Now let's write push, and now if I modify this this with this statement, like, and now if I write the same print line here, second way, what you will see here, you can see here that it is asking me to add the mutable statement, because it is asking me because the second way is by default string and it can be changed. All right, so yeah, because it is converted to the actual string. So now you can see here by world is the string literal or the fixed string, and then it is changed to the actual string that can be changed. I hope you understood. Now let's take a look at a third way of defining a string. So the third way is basically this one. Okay, third way, string is equal to taking a string from, okay, so there is a string from method, and now let's say first way. So basically the first way is the string literal or the fixed string. All right, so it is taking the data from here, it is taking the string from first way, and now this third way is the actual honor of the first way string. So it means that this third way variable is basically the actual honor of this first way string. All right, so it means that it owns the data. So yeah, this is basically the concept. Let's say if I write print line, and now third way, if I write this again, clear this, cargo run, you can see here the hello world is again printed, but now the third way is basically the actual honor of this first way. It means that you can change the text also, because you are the owner of this hello world. All right, so you can change the text, you can modify it, or you can delete it. It all depends on you, because you are the actual owner, and now first way string is under your control. All right, so you can also write like this. If you don't want to define first way, you can just write a hello world by world. So this is also a fixed string. All right, but now it is in your control that whether you want to modify it or whether you want to delete it or change it, whatever you can do with it. But this is the fixed string that you can extend it, delete it, remove it, all things depends on you, but you are the actual owner of this string. All right, so hello world by world. So yeah, these are some of the like complications in the while running the code, but all of them are looking the same. But if you look into the concept of it, you will properly understand it, that who is the actual owner and how you can modify the like the text or the fixed string to the actual string, or how you can take the ownership of that string and you can play with it. So there are three ways that you can define a string in Rust. The first one is basically the just like a string literal or a fixed string that cannot be changed, and it is just a reference of the string that can be used in further functions. And the second way is to define is to take the string like this first way and change it to the actual string, right? And the third way is basically to take the actual string and take the control of it and be an owner of that string that you are defining in it. So yeah, these are the three ways. Now you can play with this third way, because you are the owner. It is in your control whether you want to change it or not. So let's say if I play with it, remove this, and let's write first way. Now first way is basically third way is basically the owner of the first way. All right, so now I can play with this first way, whatever I can do with it. So let's say third way push like this. Third way. You can see here push str. Okay, so I need to write characters like single quotes. Okay, so now it will not give me the error, because with double quotes I have to write the push str. So now you can see here hello world. This is a string reference, that is this one, but now I am the actual owner of this in this third way variable. I can play with it, I can modify it. But in the second way, I converted this string, the first way or the by word, to the actual string, so and then I played with it. But in the first way, I'm not even the owner of it. Instead, I'm just taking a reference and looking at it and just taking the reference of it and as a fixed string, but not able to make it mutable. So yeah, these are the three ways through which you can define the string in a Rust. and in the upcoming videos there will be some more discussion about it, like what is heap and stack memory allocation, and what are the fixed string that will be stored in the stack, what are the like unfixed data that will be stored in the heap memory. So yeah, these are the more details that I will be discussing in the upcoming videos, but for now you need to keep these three things in mind, because if you understood those three things, it will be easier for you to understand further concepts also, like ownership, reference, and all of these things, because these are the concepts that will be coming in the next videos. But for now, just three things in mind to keep in mind, right? So yeah, that's it. I hope you liked this video and understood it. If you liked it, then make sure to subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions, then ask those questions in the comment section below. I will be happy to answer all of them. So thank you. Goodbye.